What is the world's smallest country? Vatican City. What planet is closest to the Sun? Mercury. Who was the first man to set foot on the Moon? Neil Armstrong. In what ocean did the Titanic sink? The North Atlantic Ocean. What is the largest animal currently on Earth? Blue whale. What is the second largest country by land mass? Canada. Who was the second President of the United States? John Adams. What digital currency is Satoshi Nakamoto credited with inventing? Bitcoin. How many ounces are in a US gallon? 128. How many signs are in the zodiac? 12. The second atomic bomb ever used in wartime was dropped on what city? Nagasaki. What three countries do not use the metric system? Liberia, Myanmar, and the United States. What famous actor became governor of California in 2003? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who was the vice president that served under President Barack Obama? Joe Biden. In what year did World War II end? 1945. What is the most abundant element in the Earth's atmosphere? Nitrogen. Who was the first golfer to win the Masters tournament 2 years in a row? Jack Nicklaus. Who was the lead singer of the rock band Queen? Freddie Mercury. What is the capital city of the Philippines? Manila. What is the first book of the Bible? Genesis. Who was the first Queen of England? Mary Tudor. The Kingdom of Joseon was founded in 1392 in what country? Korea. The U.S. military installation Area 51 is located in which state? Nevada. Where does Spongebob Squarepants work? The Krusty Krab. Which basketball team did Michael Jordan play for in college? University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. How many Super Bowl rings did Troy Aikman win? 3 with the Dallas Cowboys. Ferdinand III was the longest reigning monarch of what former kingdom? Sicily. In what year was the U.S. Constitution written? 1787. Resistance to Civil Government is an 1849 essay written by which American author? Henry David Thoreau. Malcolm Little was a civil rights activist better known by what name? Malcolm X. Who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2016? Bob Dylan. According to ancient Roman religion, who was the god of the sea? Neptune. On the popular social website Reddit, what does AMA stand for? Ask Me Anything. Kinnikinnick is a Native American herbal mixture used as a substitute for what? Tobacco. Which city served as the capital of the United States from 1785 until 1790? New York. The use of chopsticks originated in what country? China. The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the United States from which country? France. Who played lead guitar for the British rock band Queen? Brian May. Which building, completed in 1653 at a cost of 32 million rupees, took 22 years to build? The Taj Mahal. According to Greek mythology, which gorgon had snakes for hair and could turn onlookers into stone? Medusa. What late disc jockey was the voice of Shaggy in the cartoon Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Casey Chasm. Which U.S. holiday is celebrated on October 12th? Columbus Day. Dijon mustard originated in the city of Dijon, located in what country? France. A person able to use both hands with equal skill is called what? Ambidextrous. What does the acronym DNA stand for? Deoxyribonucleic acid. The slogan "Just Do It" was created in 1988 for which company? Nike. Whose dress was dried like jerky for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Lady Gaga. HTML and CSS are computer languages used to create what? Websites. What is the third most abundant gas in Earth's atmosphere? Argon. What American punk rock band released their best-selling album Dookie in 1994? Green Day. The Alaskan Malamute is a type of what? Dog. Houses of the Holy is the fifth studio album by which English rock band? Led Zeppelin. How many soccer players should be on the field at the same time? 22. Granny Smith is a popular type of which fruit? Apple. A word that is spelled the same forwards and backwards is called a what? Palindrome. In which state was the first oil well drilled in the United States? Pennsylvania. Which American writer wrote the narrative poem The Raven? Edgar Allan Poe. Jim Carrey and Renee Zellweger starred in what comedy film released in 2000 about a cop with dissociative identity disorder? Me, Myself and Irene. Who is the all-time leading point scorer in NBA history? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What automobile manufacturer was first to implement the assembly line for the mass production of an entire automobile? Ford Motor Company. How many hydrogen atoms are in one molecule of water? 2. Which city has the largest population in the world? Tokyo, Japan. The first movie of the Fast and Furious franchise was released in what year? 2001. What is the colloquial term for a rotating tray often placed on a table to aid in distributing food? Lazy Susan. A Cuba Libre cocktail is made from what two main ingredients? Rum and Coke. The Chihuahua is a breed of dog believed to originate from what country? Mexico. What is the name of the 1978 movie starring Brad Davis about an American college student who is sent to a Turkish prison for attempting to smuggle hashish out of Turkey? Midnight Express. The world's fastest growing plant is a species of what? Bamboo. How many letters are in the modern English alphabet? 26. What are the 7 base units of measurement in the metric system? The ampere, the candela, the Kelvin, the kilogram, the meter, the mole, and the second. What was the first commercial product that had a barcode? Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Gum. The live-action superhero television series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers premiered in what year? 1993. Red Vines is a popular brand of what type of candy? Red licorice. In which Star Wars film did the Ewoks first appear? Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The name of the popular online battle royale game PUBG is short for what? PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. In which state of the United States would you find Fort Knox? Kentucky. The United Kingdom's withdrawal from the European Union is commonly known as what? Brexit. What was the name of the U.S. research and development project to create nuclear weapons in World War II? Manhattan Project. What is the world's largest ocean? The Pacific Ocean. Which shark is the biggest? The whale shark. If a liquor is 100 proof, how much alcohol does it contain by percentage? 50%. What is the name of Mickey Mouse's dog? Pluto. What is the national language of India? Hindi. What breed of horse is best known for its use in racing? Thoroughbred. Which former teen idol gained popularity playing the role of Miley Stewart on the Disney Channel television series Hannah Montana? Miley Cyrus. What is the closest star to our own sun? Proxima Centauri. Game, set, match is an expression used to indicate a competitor has won the game in which sport? Tennis. What do the letters in the acronym CD-ROM stand for? Compact Disc Read-Only Memory. Who was the star of the popular 80s crime drama Magnum P.I.? Tom Selleck. Which U.S. president made the first presidential radio broadcast? Calvin Coolidge. Who was the first woman pilot to fly solo across the Atlantic? Amelia Earhart. The Age of Bronze is a life-size bronze statue created by which French sculptor? Auguste Rodin. What is the Spanish word for a heated tortilla filled with cheese? Quesadilla. John Montagu, the man credited with inventing the sandwich, held what noble title? Earl of Sandwich. Who was the United States leading fighter pilot of WWI with 26 victories? Eddie Rickenbacker. Which two countries share the longest undefended border? The United States and Canada. What is the heaviest naturally occurring element found on Earth? Uranium. What does the Statue of Liberty hold in her right hand? A torch. While walking through the woods in 1941, George de Mestral was inspired by the birds that clung to his pants to create what product? Velcro. What is the name of the main protagonist in the Legend of Zelda series of video games? Link. What three colors appear on the flag of Ireland? Green, white and orange. The Scarlet Letter is a historical fiction novel written by which American author? Nathaniel Hawthorne. The Grand Canyon is located in which U.S. state? Arizona. Rod Serling created what famous science fiction television show? The Twilight Zone. Who is the author of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings trilogy? J.R.R. Tolkien. The Great Gatsby was written by which author? F. Scott Fitzgerald. Which U.S. president signed Father's Day into law? Lyndon B. Johnson. What American music duo released the studio album Sounds of Silence in 1966? Simon and Garfunkel. What is the term for the natural boundary in North America separating waters that flow into the Atlantic Ocean from those that flow into the Pacific Ocean? Continental Divide. With 12 Oscar nominations and 3 wins, who is the most nominated male actor in Academy Awards history? Jack Nicholson. What is it called when a star, possibly caused by a gravitational collapse, suddenly increases greatly in brightness? Supernova. With over 17 million units produced, what was the highest-selling single model of personal computer ever? The Commodore 64. Which political party promotes individual liberty, free markets, non-interventionism and limited government? Libertarian. Sukiyaki is a popular hot pot dish from what country? Japan. What blood type do you need to be a universal donor? Type O. In which sport does the bowler deliver the ball to the batsman? Cricket. What is the most common blood type in humans? A plus. who is credited with the assassination of American outlaw Jesse James. Robert Ford. What city connects two continents? Istanbul. How do you say goodbye in Spanish? Adios. What is the capital city of Australia? Canberra. Which is the largest of Mars' two moons? Phobos. What was the name of cowboy star Roy Rogers' Palomino horse? Trigger. Which musician is often called the fifth Beatle? Pete Best. What is the name of the scale used to measure the spicy heat of peppers? Scoville scale. Who played the fictional character Phoebe Buffay on the American sitcom Friends? Lisa Valerie Kudrow. Which U.S. president made the first telephone call to the moon? Richard Nixon. Harry, Niall, Lewis, Liam, and Zayn auditioned for the X Factor as soloists but competed together as what group? One Direction. Who was Vice President of the United States when Lincoln was assassinated? Andrew Johnson. Call Me Ishmael is the opening line from what novel? Moby Dick. The fans of Taylor Swift are known as what? Swifties. What planet in our solar system has the longest day? Venus. Who was the first person to climb Mount Everest? Sir Edmund Hillary. In 1783, the first free flight of a hot air balloon carrying a human occurred in what city? Paris, France. What is the farthest human-made object from planet Earth? Voyager 1. What is the only mammal born with horns? Giraffe. What is the oldest city in the United States? St. Augustine, Florida. What NBA player was known as the Pearl? Earl Monroe. Atlantic City is a popular entertainment destination located in what U.S. state? New Jersey. What was the name of the gorilla that was shot and killed at the Cincinnati Zoo in 2016 after a 3-year-old boy fell into the enclosure? Harambe. What is a group of lions called? A pride. What character is murdered by George in the John Steinbeck novella of Mice and Men? Lenny. What famous musician was shot by Mark David Chapman in the year 1980? John Lennon. The Hoover Dam in the United States is built on what river? The Colorado River. The theory that Earth's outer shell is divided into plates that glide over the mantle is known as what? Plate tectonics. Lake Tahoe straddles the border between which two U.S. states? California and Nevada. Fonts that contain small decorative lines at the end of a stroke are known as what? Serif fonts. Ganymede, the largest moon in our solar system, belongs to which planet? Jupiter. Who was the oldest person to sign the Declaration of Independence? Benjamin Franklin. Barack Obama was first elected President of the United States in what year? 2008. How many electrons does a hydrogen atom have? 1. Betelgeuse and Rigel are the two giant stars in which constellation? Orion. What spiny Venus fish, common in home aquariums, has become an invasive species in the Caribbean Sea and U.S. Atlantic coastal waters? Lionfish. What does the acronym NASA stand for? National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Rock singer William Bailey is better known by what stage name? AXL Rose. What is the largest lake in Africa? Lake Victoria. Which country has the most volcanoes? The United States. Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner, the English musician, singer, songwriter, and actor, is better known by what name? Sting. The term wake kettle or committee refers to a group of what bird? Vulture. Who is remembered for his large and stylish signature on the United States Declaration of Independence? John Hancock. According to legend, Romulus and Remus founded what city? Rome. What is the name for the pigment found in your skin and hair that gives them color? Melanin. In the arcade game Joust, the player controls a knight riding what flying animal? Ostrich. Rubies and sapphires are both made of what rock-forming mineral? Corundum. A young woman in the 1920s that behaved and dressed boldly was referred to as what? A flapper. The Mexican city of Tijuana borders what U.S. city? San Diego. In welding terminology, what do the letters MIG stand for? Metal inert gas. On what continent would you not find bees? Antarctica. Which 1980s television hit was renamed El Coche Fantástico for its Spanish viewers? Knight Rider. What is the chemical equation for hydrogen peroxide? H2O2. What are the names of the two actors whose characters get stuck traveling together in the movie Trains, Planes, and Automobiles? Steve Martin and John Candy. Which 1979 film included a spaceship called Nostromo? Alien. In what year was the first Apple computer released? 1976. Which American author wrote the novel The Great Gatsby, published in 1922? F. Scott Fitzgerald. What luxury British automobile brand was purchased by Total Motors in 2008? Jaguar. What igneous rocks has a density less than water? Pumice. In what year was Queen Elizabeth II born? 1926. What is the name of the animated science fiction comedy drama film released in 2002 about a Hawaiian girl and her unusual pet? Lilo and Stitch. Who is generally acknowledged as the father of the modern periodic table? Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev. What is the name for the unit of measurement of power that is roughly equal to 746 watts? Horsepower. Who was the original singer for the American punk rock band The Misfits? Glenn Danzig. How many teams are there in the American National Football League? 32. What ingredient in bread causes it to rise? Yeast. What American singer-songwriter wrote and first recorded the song Blue Suede Shoes in 1955? Carl Perkins. Who was the first human to travel into space? Yuri Gagarin. Olympia is the capital city of which U.S. state? Washington. Suriname is a country located on which continent? South America. Quito is the capital city of which South American country? Ecuador. Which actor was the voice of Darth Vader in the original Star Wars films? James Earl Jones. Published in 1978, The World According to Garp was written by which American novelist? John Irving. The Communist Manifesto was written by which two German philosophers? Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. El Clásico is the name given to football matches between which two teams? Real Madrid and FC Barcelona. Which city in the United States is known as the Windy City? Chicago. Pupusas, handmade thick stuffed corn tortillas, are a traditional dish from what country? El Salvador. Alexander the Great was taught by which Greek philosopher? Aristotle. What comedian took over as host of The Price is Right after Bob Barker retired in 2007? Drew Carey. Who is the lead singer for the rock band Guns N' Roses? Axl Rose. What is a group of whales called? A pod. What is the world's largest coral reef system? The Great Barrier Reef. In the X-Men film franchise, Halle Berry played the role of which character? Storm. Which tennis player has won the most men's Grand Slam titles? Roger Federer. What did the letters of the former communist country USSR stand for? Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. What does the Muppet Oscar the Grouch live in? A trash can. In the children's books about a 25-foot-tall red dog, what is the name of the dog? Clifford. Which Irish author wrote the avant-garde comic fiction Finnegan's Wake? James Joyce. Which actor played the captain of the Enterprise in the television series Star Trek The Next Generation? Patrick Stewart. In 1998, what Major League Baseball player broke the single-season home run record previously set by Roger Maris? Mark McGwire. What did the famous Hollywood sign located in Los Angeles originally say? Hollywoodland. What actor played Russian roulette in The Deer Hunter, demanded more cowbell on Saturday Night Live and danced solo in Fatboy Slim's Weapon of Choice video? Christopher Walken. In the Star Wars universe, who was Luke Skywalker's mother? Padme Amidala. The first atom bomb was successfully tested in which U.S. state? New Mexico. Which gland in the human body regulates metabolism? Thyroid. What is the name of the American animated sci-fi sitcom about the misadventures of a mad scientist and his grandson? Rick and Morty. What musical instrument did Sherlock Holmes play? Violin. What was the name of the passenger train service created in 1883 that connected Paris and Constantinople? The Orient Express. In what city does Spongebob SquarePants live? Bikini Bottom. Who is often referred to as the father of scuba diving? Jacques Cousteau. Wellington is the capital city of which island nation? New Zealand. In what year did Fidel Castro die? 2016. What Winter Olympic sport features stones, sheets, pebbles, and houses? Curling. Who is the only athlete ever to play in a Super Bowl and a World Series? Deion Sanders. The silkscreen paintings Campbell's Soup Cans and Marilyn Diptyque were created in 1962 by which American artist? Andy Warhol. Which band sang the hit Hey There Delilah, which reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2007? Plain White T's. What was the name of Jack Nicholson's character in the 1975 American comedy drama film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Randall McMurphy. Who holds the record for the most home runs in a single Major League Baseball season? Barry Bonds with 73 home runs in 2001. What NHL hockey player was nicknamed the Golden Jet? Bobby Howell. Who played the female lead in the 1990 romantic comedy Pretty Woman? Julia Roberts. The city of Baghdad lies along the banks of which river? The Tigris River. What is the name for the offspring of a male lion and a female tiger? Liger. What group of lakes located in upstate New York are named after a part of the human anatomy? The Finger Lakes. Originating in Germany, the Danube River empties into what body of water? Black Sea. Which sea separates the East African coast and the Saudi Arabian peninsula? Red Sea. The use of reflected sounds to locate objects is known as what? Echolocation. What is the name for the branch of the French army created for foreign recruits? French Foreign Legion. Who became both the Vice President and President of the United States without ever being elected to either office? Gerald Ford. Who was first U.S. President to be impeached? Andrew Johnson in 1868. South Africa completely surrounds which other African nation? Lesotho. Located in northwestern Turkey, which strait separates Europe and Asia? Bosphorus Strait. When referring to the test taken for entrance into the U.S. military, what does ASVAB stand for? Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. Appearing on this show in 1982, who was the youngest person to ever host Saturday Night Live? Drew Barrymore. Which actress played identical twins in the 1998 movie remake of The Parent Trap? Lindsay Lohan. Where is the lowest point on dry land on the Earth located? The Dead Sea. Which U.S. president was known as the Great Communicator? Ronald Reagan. In the 1997 American science fiction comedy Men in Black, which actor played Agent K? Tommy Lee Jones. The archaeological site Göbekli Tepe is located in what country? Turkey. What is the largest species of terrestrial crab in the world? The coconut crab. Tapestry Incorporated, with the stock ticker symbol of TPR, is more commonly known as what retail store in line of products? Coach. Which actress played the character Annie Reed in the 1993 American romantic comedy Sleepless in Seattle? Meg Ryan. Being and Time is an ontological treatise written by which German philosopher? Martin Heidegger. Who wrote the 1936 novel Gone with the Wind? Margaret Mitchell. What holiday, celebrated December 26 to January 1, is named after the Swahili word for first? Kwanzaa. What is the name for the monetary unit used in Thailand? Thai baht. What is the name for meteoroids that survive entry through the atmosphere and reach Earth's surface? Meteorites. What Marvel character's real name is Carol Danvers? Captain Marvel. In 1952, Albert Einstein was offered the presidency of which country? Israel. In what country were the Winter Olympics first held? France. Michael Keaton played which Spider-Man villain in the 2017 superhero movie Spider-Man: Homecoming? Vulture. Oliver Twist was the second novel published by which English author? Charles Dickens. What is the name of the instrument used to measure earthquakes? Seismometer. Which animal has the longest gestation period? The African elephant. What is the official language of Greenland? Greenlandic. Who was the first U.S. president to declare war? James Madison. A tandoor is a type of what? Oven. In which country would you find the Panama Canal? Panama. St. Patrick's Day was originally associated with what color? Blue. What is the most popular breed of dog in the United States? Labrador Retriever. What was the name of Michael Jackson's first solo album as an adult? Off the Wall. Which liquor is made from the blue agave plant? Tequila. In hockey, how many players from each team are allowed to be on the ice at the same time? 6. Bubble tea originated in which country? Taiwan. What was the name given to the sheep that was the first mammal cloned from an adult cell? Dolly. Saskatchewan is a province of which country? Canada. Who wrote the American realist novel The Grapes of Wrath? John Steinbeck. Who developed and patented the electrical telegraph in the United States in 1837? Samuel Morse. Manga are a type of comics from what country? Japan. In humans, what is the only internal organ capable of regenerating lost tissue? The liver. What is the plural of the word crisis? Crises. The famous American writer Samuel Langhorne Clemens is better known by what pen name? Mark Twain. And To Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street was the first book published by which children's author? Dr. Seuss. Which singer rose to fame with his adaptation of the song La Bamba in 1958? Ritchie Valens. How many pairs of chromosomes are found in the average human? 23. Which South American country is the world's largest producer of coffee? Brazil. Lemurs, a type of primate, are native to what island nation? Madagascar. Canada's highest mountain is located in which province or territory? Yukon. The Great Pyramid of Giza is located in what Egyptian city? Giza. What catchphrase is most commonly associated with the actor Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. What song by Michael Jackson contains the lyrics Annie, are you okay? Smooth Criminal. Released on April 5, 1974, what was Stephen King's first published novel? Carey. What international event for athletes with disabilities is held in the same years and cities as the Olympic Games? The Paralympic Games. Notorious Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar died in a shootout in what city? Medellin, Colombia. Margarine is sold as a replacement for what? Butter. Which famous toy manufacturer is also the world's largest tire manufacturer by units produced? Lego. A young Isaac Newton is said to have been hit on the head by which fruit, leading him to come up with the theory of gravity? An apple. What movie did Elvis Presley first appear in? Love Me Tender. The highest temperature ever recorded in the United States occurred in which state? California. New York City was originally known by which Dutch name? New Amsterdam. Gumbo is a stew that originated in which state? Louisiana. Which actress played the genie in the American comedy sitcom I Dream of Jeannie? Barbara Eden. How many members were in the American rock band The White Stripes? 2. Who was the captain of the Mayflower when it took the Pilgrims to New England in 1620? Christopher Jones. How many items are in a baker's dozen? 13. What is the only territory of the mainland Americas that is still part of a European country? French Guiana. A panda's daily diet consists almost entirely of what plant? Bamboo. Who was the lead singer for the rock and roll band The Crickets? Buddy Holly. In what city would you find the Wizard of Oz? The Emerald City. What is the smallest planet in our solar system? Mercury. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country located on which continent? Africa. Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne founded what company in 1976? Apple Computer Incorporated. What is the fastest bird in the world when in its hunting dive? Peregrine falcon. Curiosity is a car-sized rover that was launched by NASA in 2011 to explore which planet? Mars. What was the Roman name for the goddess Hecate? Trivia. What is the name of Donald Duck's sister? Dulla Duck. In what year was the iPhone first released? 2007. What is the name for a dog created by crossing a Labrador Retriever and a poodle? Labradoodle or Labrapoodle. Mexican tortillas were originally made from the grain of which plant? Corn. Which U.S. state has the nickname the Treasure State? Montana. What is Shawshank in the movie The Shawshank Redemption? The prison. In what year did Cuba formally gain its independence from Spain? 1902. What is largest living bird by wingspan? Wandering albatross. What Harvard dropout co-founded Microsoft? Bill Gates. What is the capital city of South Korea? Seoul. What star of the movie Basketball Diaries did not win his first Oscar until 2016? Leonardo DiCaprio. In what year did Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin land on the moon? 1969. What city is the capital of China? Beijing. Our solar system is located in what galaxy? The Milky Way galaxy. What is the first commandment of the Ten Commandments? You shall have no other gods before me. What is Michael J. Fox's middle name? Andrew. The Gettysburg Address was a speech given by which U.S. president? President Abraham Lincoln. How many red stripes are there on the United States flag? 7. Able to be seen from outer space, what is Earth's largest living structure? The Great Barrier Reef. Which city is located both in Asia and Europe? Istanbul. Nellie Bly wrote what accepting torture would produce insanity quicker than this treatment in her 1887 undercover exposé of what type of institution? An insane asylum. What is the name of the phenomenon when the magnetosphere in the northern hemisphere is disturbed by the solar wind resulting in a natural light display? Aurora borealis. In Russia, a woman's last name usually ends in what letter? A. On which popular website do users send tweets? Twitter. Marie Curie was the first person to win two of what prize? The Nobel Prize. O is the symbol for what chemical element? Gold. Who was the host of the American travel and food show No Reservations? Anthony Bourdain. The expression oy vey comes from what language? Yiddish. What was the name of the ship on which Charles Darwin served as a naturalist during a voyage to South America and around the world? HMS Beagle. Who played James Bond in the 1969 film On Her Majesty's Secret Service? George Robert Lazenby. Which video game studio created the popular online game Fortnite? Epic Games. What are the first three words of the Bible? In the beginning. What was the name of the U.S. mail service started in 1860 that used horses and riders? Pony Express. Who is the oldest person to be elected to the office of President of the United States? Donald Trump. Established in the 1920s, what historic double-digit highway connected Chicago and Los Angeles? Route 66. Who is the only U.S. president to serve more than 2 terms? President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. What is the capital of North Korea? Pyongyang. What does the French phrase "Répondez, s'il vous plaît," known by the acronym RSVP, mean in English? Reply if you please. Who produced and directed the American epic aviation war film Hell's Angels, released in 1930? Howard Hughes. Which American inventor is generally given credit for the invention of the lightning rod? Benjamin Franklin. Who was the first cartoon character to get his own star on Hollywood Boulevard's Walk of Fame? Mickey Mouse, on November 13, 1978. Who is the current supreme leader of North Korea? Kim Jong-un. The inventor Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856 in what modern-day country? Croatia. How many people have walked on the moon? 12. Diamonds are made up almost entirely of what element? Carbon. Executives of William Randolph Hearst's media empire conspired to stop the release of what 1941 film? Citizen Kane. CBGB, the former infamous New York Music Club, stands for what? Country, bluegrass and blues. What is the fear of clowns called? Calrophobia. Cinco de Mayo celebrates the Mexican Army's 1862 victory over France in what battle? The Battle of Puebla. Canada is made up of how many provinces? 10. What element did Joseph Priestley discover in 1774? Oxygen. What animal is the symbol of the United States Democratic Party? Donkey. "I'd buy that for $1 is a catchphrase from what 1987 action movie set in Detroit, Michigan in the near future? RoboCop. What is the proper term for a group of parrots? Pandemonium. Torchwood is an anagram and spin-off of what popular British sci-fi series? Doctor Who. What is the highest enlisted rank a soldier can hold in the United States Army? Sergeant Major of the Army. In geometry, how many sides are on a heptagon? 7. What else borders Scotland and England? Cheviot Hills. Kopi Luwak is a very expensive type of what? Coffee. What do you call the small image icons used to express emotions or ideas in digital communication? Emoji. What happened to British street artist Banksy's Girl with Balloon when it sold for $1.4 million at Sotheby's auction house in 2018? It shredded itself. In what year did the Houston Texans join the NFL? 2002. Sri Lanka is surrounded by which ocean? Indian Ocean. What luxury car company introduced the Boxster Roadster in 1996? Porsche. The island of Cozumel, a popular cruise ship port in the Caribbean, is part of which country? Mexico. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a children's book written by which American author? Dr. Seuss. To be legally sold as bourbon, a whiskey's mash must contain at least 51% of what grain? Corn. The State of Israel was founded in what year? 1948. In what year did Canada become a country? 1867. Bogota is the high-altitude capital of which country? Colombia. Which country won the 2012 UEFA European Championship? Spain. What is the name of the actress who plays Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series of films? Emma Watson. What song does Jiminy Cricket famously sing during the opening credits of Pinocchio? When You Wish Upon a Star. What is the English translation for the name of the German automaker Volkswagen? People's car. What was the NBA player Kobe Bryant named after? Kobe beef. SpaceX was founded by what South African-born inventor? Elon Musk. What is the name of the official currency of Costa Rica? Costa Rican colon. In Frank Baum's novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, on which the film is based, what color are Dorothy's slippers? Silver. How many letters are in the Greek alphabet? 24. Macau is an autonomous territory belonging to which country? China. The lowest natural temperature ever directly recorded at ground level was measured on what continent? Antarctica. Orcinus orca is the scientific name for which animal? Killer whale. What common expression is used to refer to the horseshoe-shaped zone found along the Pacific Rim where approximately 90% of the world's earthquakes occur? Ring of fire. How do you say hello in Swedish? Hel. What is the chemical symbol for helium? He. What popular Disney movie is set near Salem, Massachusetts in the years 1693 and 1993? Hocus Pocus. What does the acronym USB stand for when referring to a computer port? Universal Serial Bus. What is the largest country located entirely in Europe? Ukraine. What skipper lost the 1983 America's Cup and then won the cup back in 1987? Dennis Conner. What was the first publicly traded U.S. company to reach a $1 trillion market cap? Apple. What is the name for a mammal that is born incompletely developed and usually carried in the mother's pouch? Marsupial. Which planet in our solar system spins the fastest? Jupiter. It rotates once on average in just under 10 hours. Which U.S. city has been hit by the most tornadoes? Oklahoma City. Lambeau Field is the home field of which National Football League team? Green Bay Packers. What late Enter the Dragon star would have been age 32 at the film's Hong Kong premiere? Bruce Lee. Bruce Willis played a convict turned time traveler in what 1995 movie? 12 Monkeys. A Shakespearean sonnet consists of how many lines? 14. The Hound of the Baskervilles is a crime novel featuring which fictional detective? Sherlock Holmes. The Pascaline, invented by Blaise Pascal in the early 17th century, was a mechanical type of what device? Calculator. The assassination that is said to have led to World War I occurred in what city? Sarajevo. What year was Facebook founded? 2004. In Shakespeare's tragedy Romeo and Juliet, what's Romeo's last name? Montague. What is the capital of Iceland? Reykjavik. What was first feature-length animated film? El Apostol. Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia, was said to have been close friends with a mystical faith healer known by what name? Grigory Rasputin. What is the favorite food of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Pizza. What year was the $2 bill last printed in the United States? 2014. The range of frequencies over which electromagnetic radiation extends is known as what? The electromagnetic spectrum. Sriracha is type of hot sauce named after a city located in what country? Thailand. What does the military acronym HALO stand for? High Altitude Low Opening. In what year was the Declaration of Independence created? 1776. Who was the first Roman Catholic to be Vice President of the United States of America? Joe Biden. Nintendo is a consumer electronics and video game company founded in what country? Japan. Who gave the state of Florida its name? Juan Ponce de Leon. Who is credited with suggesting the word hello be used when answering the telephone? Thomas Edison. The island of Saipan is a commonwealth of which country? The United States. What was the name of the first man-made satellite that was launched into space in 1957? Sputnik. What is the most visited museum in Europe? Louvre, Paris, France. Roquefort is a French blue cheese made from the milk of what animal? Sheep. The European Organization for Nuclear Research is known by what four-letter acronym? CERN. Who is credited to be the first person to circumnavigate the globe? Ferdinand Magellan. The ancient Egyptian symbol Ouroboros depicts a serpent eating what? Its own tail. The passenger pigeon, now extinct, was endemic to which continent? North America. In 2012, Magic Johnson became part owner of which Major League Baseball team? Los Angeles Dodgers. My Baloney has a first name or the first words of a classic jingle advertising what company? Oscar Mayer. In 1975, an engineer created the first electronic camera while working for what company? Kodak. The novel Don Quixote was written by which famous Spanish novelist? Miguel de Cervantes. The teddy bear was named after what famous American politician? Theodore Roosevelt. What is the name for the upper arm bone found in humans? Humerus. What was John Candy's character's name in the 1987 comedy movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Del Griffith. According to the Bible, who was the longest-lived person on earth? Methuselah, 969 years. Where would you find St. Peter's Basilica? Vatican City. What type of animal is Looney Tunes fictional character Foghorn J. Leghorn? Rooster. What is the first themed land just inside the main entrance of Disneyland? Main Street, USA. What is the name of the popular Australian food spread used on sandwiches, toast and pastries? Vegemite. Which pop star sang the national anthem at the 50th Super Bowl? Lady Gaga. What are the official winter and summer sports of Canada? Ice hockey and lacrosse. In a photo editing program, what do the letters RGB stand for? Red, green and blue. Who wrote the novel To Kill a Mockingbird, published in 1960? Harper Lee. Which planet has the most moons? Jupiter. What is the fastest fish in the ocean? Sailfish. The profile of General George Washington appears on what United States military decoration? The Purple Heart. In the United States, what holiday is celebrated every year on the fourth Thursday of November? Thanksgiving. Tiger Woods became a professional golfer in what year? 1996. How many furlongs are there in 1 mile? 8. What was the first wild-card NFL team to win the Super Bowl? The 1980 Oakland Raiders. According to Norse mythology, who is the god of thunder? Thor. How many castaways were there on the American sitcom Gilligan's Island? 7. Which Christian missionary is said to have banished all the snakes from Ireland? Saint Patrick. What is the main ingredient in guacamole? Avocados. In which 1993 thriller does the protagonist violently lose his cool when a fast food restaurant will not let him order from the breakfast menu? Falling down. What are the colors that appear on the flag of France? Blue, white and red. What do you call a group of unicorns? A blessing. What king of golf lent his name to a mixture of iced tea and lemonade? Arnold Palmer. Superman is a fictional superhero from what fictional planet? Krypton. What animal has the largest ears? Elephant. The famous actress Winona Ryder had what last name at birth? Horowitz. Which one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world is still standing today? The Great Pyramid of Giza. In the American television comedy Laverne and Shirley, what was the name of the fictitious Milwaukee brewery? Schatz Brewery. What is the only bird known to fly backwards? Hummingbird. In what year was the first James Bond film Dr. No released? 1962. In what year was the 4-minute mile first achieved? 1954 by Roger Bannister in 3:59.4. What is the name of Atlanta's Major League Baseball team? Atlanta Braves. Daniel Peggotty is a character from which Charles Dickens novel published in 1850? David Copperfield. The ancient Greek statue Aphrodite of Milos, better known as Venus de Milo, is currently on display in what museum? The Louvre in Paris, France. What was the name of the teacher who died in the tragic Space Shuttle Challenger disaster? Krista McAuliffe. Madagascar is an island located on the southeast coast of what continent? Africa. Who was the female lead in the movie Titanic? Kate Winslet. What is the capital city of Canada's Yukon Territory? Whitehorse. In what year did Paul McCartney announce he was quitting the Beatles? 1970. Which of the Great Lakes does not share a border with Canada? Lake Michigan. Shaquille O'Neal retired in 2011 from what sport? Basketball. What is the name of the first pizzeria to open in the United States? Lombardi's Pizza. Who was the first billionaire in the United States? John D. Rockefeller. In the 1986 blockbuster Top Gun, which actress played Goose's wife? Meg Ryan. According to the Bible, who is the disciple that betrayed Jesus? Judas Iscariot. What is the highest number of Michelin stars a restaurant can receive? 3. What is a flock of crows called? A murder. What was Major League Baseball's Yogi Berra's real name? Lawrence Peter Berra. In what city would you find the La Brea tar pits? Los Angeles. What is the medical term for bad breath? Halitosis. Founded in 1921, this company was credited with being the first fast food chain? White Castle. Who are the 2 writers of the screenplay for the 1968 film 2001: A Space Odyssey? Stanley Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke. Victoria Beckham was a member of which all-girl English pop group formed in 1994? The Spice Girls. When found on a vehicle's speedometer, what do the letters mph stand for? Miles per hour. In what Mark Twain novel does an engineer from Connecticut travel back in time to the age of Camelot? A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court. Paella, a famous rice dish, originated in what country? Spain. The dingo is a free-ranging dog found mainly in which country? Australia. The art of paper folding is known as what? Origami. Formerly the world's tallest building, what is the name of Taipei's largest skyscraper? Taipei 101. Published in 1906, White Fang is a novel about a wolf dog written by which American author? Jack London. What is the hottest planet in our solar system? Venus. In what country would you find Mount Kilimanjaro? Tanzania. Orphan Black is a sci-fi television series filmed in which country? Canada. What is the job title of the person in charge of the camera and lighting crews working on a film? Cinematographer. Napoleon suffered defeat at Waterloo in what year? 1815. Where did the sport of curling originate? Scotland. Now extinct, what shark is thought to have been the largest ever on Earth? Megalodon. In what month does winter begin in the southern hemisphere? June. What is the only sea on Earth with no coastline? Sargasso Sea. The United States Constitution replaced what other document on March 4, 1789? The Articles of Confederation. What was the first governing document of the Plymouth colony signed aboard ship on November 11, 1620? The Mayflower Compact. What phrase, often used in typing practice, includes every letter in the English alphabet? The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. In music, the space between one musical pitch and another with double its frequency is called what? An octave. What are the full names of the four members of the Beatles? John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr. What type of animal is the mascot for the Oakland Athletics baseball team? Elephant. Gem in Iberico is a type of cured ham that is traditionally produced by which two neighboring countries? Spain and Portugal. Who played the female lead in the 1942 film Casablanca? Ingrid Bergman. What is the name for the offspring of a male donkey and a female horse? Mule. Head and Shoulders is a brand of shampoo that claims to deal with what common chronic scalp condition? Dandruff. In what month is the Earth closest to the Sun? January. The adult human skeleton is made of how many bones? 206. The Roman numeral L stands for what number? 50. Who directed the 1977 movie Star Wars? George Lucas. In basketball, what is the term used when a player reaches double digits in 3 of 5 statistical categories? Triple-double. What city is the capital of the country Turkey? Ankara. The penny farthing was a popular type of what? Bicycle. Who played the female lead role in the 1986 sci-fi movie Aliens? Sigourney Weaver. What country was the first to send an object to the surface of the moon? The Soviet Union. Champagne is a sparkling wine made from grapes grown in the Champagne region of which country? France. Which fast food restaurant chain once tested bubblegum broccoli as a children's menu item? McDonald's. In what sport does a jammer score a point for each opponent she skates past? Roller derby. Utah, Colorado, New Mexico and Arizona meet at what U.S. landmark? Four Corners Monument. The llama is a domesticated camelid that is native to which continent? South America. Which music group has received the most Grammy Awards? U2. A Boeing 777 is equipped with how many engines? 2. What 3 countries were part of the Axis powers in World War II? Germany, Italy, and Japan. In the card game poker, the acronym WSOP stands for what event? World Series of Poker. Who sang the title song Grease in the 1978 musical motion picture? Frankie Valli. What do the letters PT stand for in the name of Chrysler's family car, the PT Cruiser? Personal transport. Frankenmuth, a U.S. city nicknamed Little Bavaria, is located in what state? Michigan. Where's the Baseball Hall of Fame located? Cooperstown, New York. Who was the only head basketball coach to win both an NCAA national championship and an NBA title? Larry Brown. Which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle always wears red bandanas? Raphael. In which national park would you find the geyser known as Old Faithful? Yellowstone National Park. What inorganic molecule is produced by lightning? Ozone. What was the name of the Eminem single that set the world's record in 2013 for the most words used in a song? Rap God. Malbec, Sangiovese, and Syrah are all a type of what? Wine. In 1513, who became the first European explorer to set eyes on the Pacific Ocean? Vasco Nunes de Balboa. What notable brand of alcohol takes its name from the romanticized, storied life of a Welsh buccaneer who routed the Spanish in an attack on Panama City in 1671? Captain Morgan. Which famous American musician was fatally shot by his father on April 1, 1984? Marvin Gaye. What battle was fought on June 18, 1815 in present-day Belgium? The Battle of Waterloo. What was the first console video game that allowed the game to be saved? The Legend of Zelda. What is the common name for the third and final set of molars that most people develop? Wisdom teeth. What is the only snake in the world that builds a nest for its eggs? King Cobra. In what year did McDonald's start serving breakfast with the introduction of the Egg McMuffin? 1972. What is the largest country in North America? Canada. Which major battle of World War II started on August 23, 1942 and was fought in what is now the city of Volgograd? The Battle of Stalingrad. In Disney's The Little Mermaid, what is the name of the human that Ariel falls in love with? Prince Eric. In which U.S. state would you find Mount Rushmore? South Dakota. What common kitchen item is made up of sodium and chlorine atoms? Salt. The avocado is a tree that is thought to have originated in what country? Mexico. What was the name of the kleptomaniac monkey in the Disney movie Aladdin? Abu. What canal connects the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean? The Panama Canal. Which actress plays the female lead in the American crime thriller television series The Blacklist? Megan Boone. Who painted a late 15th century mural known as The Last Supper? Leonardo da Vinci. IKEA, the ready-to-assemble furniture company, has its headquarters located in what country? The Netherlands. Who is credited with inventing the first mechanical computer? Charles Babbage. In 2003, which U.S. state was officially declared the birthplace of aviation? Ohio. In the Harry Potter series, what is the name of Harry's pet owl? Hedwig. What is the closest star to the planet Earth? The Sun. Marxist revolutionary Che Guevara was born in what country? Argentina. Which artist created the sculpture The Thinker? Auguste Rodin. Emma Watson is known for playing which character in Harry Potter? Hermione Granger. What is the official language of the Canadian province Quebec? French. Officially opened in 1869, what artificial waterway connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea? The Suez Canal. What is the national animal of Scotland? Unicorn. Who starred alongside Eddie Albert in the television sitcom Green Acres? Eva Gabor. When referring to an establishment that sells alcoholic drinks, what is the word pub short for? Public house. What famous horse won the Triple Crown in 1973? Secretariat. Which American actor performs music under the stage name Childish Gambino? Donald Glover. What is the largest island in the Caribbean Sea? Cuba. What was the name of the first U.S. space station? Skylab. What heavy metal element was once known as quicksilver? Mercury. Which two South American countries do not touch the sea? Paraguay and Bolivia. FARC is the acronym for a guerrilla movement originating in which country? Colombia. Which team won the 2016 Super Bowl? Denver Broncos. Which actor played the fictional character Dr. Emmett Brown in the Back to the Future trilogy? Christopher Lloyd. In boxing, what is the term for an illegal punch to the back of the head or base of the skull? Rabbit punch. CERN launched the very first website in what year? 1990. A league is equivalent to how many nautical miles at sea? 3. The Starry Night is an oil on canvas painted by which post-impressionist painter? Vincent van Gogh. Who plays the role of Frank Reynolds in the comedy series It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Danny DeVito. What do the letters CPU stand for when referring to the brains of a computer? Central Processing Unit. In what year was the Nintendo 64 officially released? 1996. In 1967, what band released the hit song Ruby Tuesday? The Rolling Stones. How many gifts would you receive if you received all of the gifts in the song The 12 Days of Christmas? 364. Sauerkraut is made from what finely cut vegetable? Cabbage. What Greek mathematician is considered the founder and father of geometry? Euclid. Who came up with the theories of general and special relativity? Albert Einstein. On the Apollo 11 moon mission, which astronaut stayed aloft in the command module while Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon? Michael Collins. Spaceship Earth is the icon for what amusement park that features technological innovation and international culture? Epcot. What was the first department store to open in the United States? Macy's. What fast food franchise has the most worldwide locations? Subway. Pho is a popular noodle soup from what country? Vietnam. The first generation of the Chevrolet Corvette was introduced in what year? 1953. Who was the Canadian singer-songwriter best known for her hit song Call Me Maybe? Carly Rae Jepsen. What is the capital of Quebec, Canada? Quebec City. What was the original flavor of the filling in Twinkies? Banana cream. What country has the largest landmass? Russia. The tallest statue in the world as of 2018, the Spring Temple Buddha, is located in what country? China. Which psychologist investigated obedience using electric shocks? Stanley Milgram. What is the most popular spectator sport in Australia? Australian rules football. Who was the first female Prime Minister of a European country? Margaret Thatcher. Each of the classic Rubik's Cube 6 faces is covered by how many stickers? 9. Beirut is the capital and largest city of what country? Lebanon. What is the largest organ of the human body? Skin. What chemical element gives the blood of a lobster a bluish tint? Copper. Which bone is the longest bone in the human body? Femur. What is the first element on the periodic table? Hydrogen. What was the nickname for the Hughes H-4 Hercules aircraft that made a single flight in 1947? Spruce Goose. Atlantis Paradise Island is a famous resort located on which country's coral-based archipelago? The Bahamas. How do you say hello in German? Hello. When adjusted for inflation, which is the highest grossing film of all time? Gone with the Wind. Mario Kart is a video game series published by which company? Nintendo. What are the names of the 7 dwarfs from the Disney movie Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs? Happy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Dopey, Grumpy, Bashful and Doc. What is the name of the first album released by American rock band Bon Jovi? Bon Jovi. Which baseball team won the first World Series championship in 1903? Boston Americans. What is the name of the longest mountain range in North America? Rocky Mountains. Which band's name is also a reference to a large Sherman airship cylindrical in shape? Led Zeppelin. Who did Jerry Lewis partner with to form a famous comedy duo that lasted 10 years? Dean Martin. Gymnophobia is the fear of what? Nudity. What is the Latin plural form of the word cactus? Cacti. Who was the first lady to be elected to public office? Hillary Rodham Clinton. What language do they speak in Brazil? Portuguese. What was the nickname for the 4-engine B-17 bomber planes used during World War II? Flying Fortress. Foie gras is a French delicacy made from the liver of what animal? Duck or goose. In cooking, margarine is used as a substitute for what ingredient? Butter. Ruling for 64 years, which queen was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II? Queen Victoria. Quasimodo is a fictional character from what novel? The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The study of fossils other than anatomically modern humans is known as what? Paleontology. What popular beverage once contained cocaine? Coca-Cola. What is the capital of the Republic of Ireland? Dublin. Hey boo boo, let's go get us a picnic basket is a famous line often said by which cartoon character? Yogi Bear. In 1867 the United States purchased Alaska from what country? Russia. What is the name for the disc-shaped region of icy bodies that extends from Neptune to about 55 astronomical units from the Sun? The Kuiper Belt. What was the first music video played on MTV? Video Kill the Radio Star. What famous dictator was assassinated on the Ides of March? Julius Caesar. The Trout Memo was an espionage guidebook written by what British author during World War II? Ian Fleming. What are the 3 main ingredients in the campfire treat known as a s'more? Marshmallow, chocolate and graham cracker. Penicillin was discovered in 1928 by which Scottish scientist? Sir Alexander Fleming. San Marino is a microstate in Europe completely surrounded by what country? Italy. Who was the oldest member of the rock band The Beatles? Ringo Starr. What French sculptor created the Statue of Liberty? Frederick Auguste Bartholdi. Prince Rainier III of Monaco married which American actress in April 1956? Grace Kelly. In fluid dynamics, what is the term for the highest attainable speed an object can reach as it falls? Terminal velocity. What is a meteor called when it reaches Earth's surface? Meteorite. Who declined the 1964 Nobel Prize for Literature? Jean-Paul Sartre. In what year was Nelson Mandela released from prison? 1990. Jules Verne's fictional submarine The Nautilus is captained by which character? Captain Nemo. What is the common term for bovine spongiform encephalopathy, a disease that causes degeneration of the brain and spinal cord in cattle? Mad cow disease. When referring to a computer monitor, what does the acronym LCD stand for? Liquid crystal display. The first-person shooter video game Doom was first released in what year? 1993. Who was the commander of the Confederate Army during the Battle of Gettysburg? Robert Edward Lee. Ice hockey pucks are made from what material? Vulcanized rubber. The 1927 New York Yankees batting order, including Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, was known by what nickname? Murderer's Row. In the fact-based movie 21 released in 2008, students from MIT made millions by counting cards playing which card game? Blackjack. Keiko is the name of a weight that appeared in what 1993 American family drama film? Free Willy. Finish this phrase, you drive for show, but putt for dough. What is the tallest building in New York? One World Trade Center. Who was the last professional hockey player to play without a helmet? Craig McTavish. In French cuisine, what is the name for the following? Bechamel sauce, Espagnole sauce, Hollandaise sauce, tomato sauce, and velouté sauce? Mother's sauces. Which actress played Lauren Miller, Alex's girlfriend on the last two seasons of Family Ties? Courtney Cox. Robert James Bobby Fischer is a famous champion of what game? Chess. In what year did the French Revolution begin? 1789. Who was President of the United States when bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Harry S. Truman. What is the name for the Greek goddess of victory? Nike. The United States is made up of how many states? 50. Which actress played the role of Mary in the movie It's a Wonderful Life? Donna Reed. Every Major League Baseball team retired uniform number 42 to honor what barrier-breaking player? Jackie Robinson. How much money is a U.S. Olympic gold medalist awarded? $25,000. The psychological test of human emotions and personality using inkblots is formally known as what? The Rorschach test. What is the stage name of the member of Public Enemy who would later have a reality dating show? Flavor Flav. Siddhartha Gautama is believed to be the founder of what religion? Buddhism. Who painted the Sistine Chapel? Michelangelo. In what year was the first Harry Potter movie released? 2001. Who was the first Latin American-born player to play in Major League Baseball? Luis Manuel Castro. "What you talkin' about, Willis" was a catchphrase spoken by the actor Gary Coleman on what American television show? Different Stroke. Diana Prince is the public persona of which fictional superhero? Wonder Woman. The Heisman Memorial Trophy is awarded annually to the most outstanding player in which college sport? Football. What was the first feature film originally presented with sound? The Jazz Singer, released in 1927. What is the name of the Grateful Dead's debut album released in 1967? The Grateful Dead. War and Peace, originally published in 1869, is a novel written by which Russian author? Leo Tolstoy. Who directed the 2018 superhero film Black Panther? Ryan Coogler. How many elevators does the Empire State Building have? 73. In what country would you find the temple complex Angkor Wat? Cambodia. Which Scandinavian nation lies between Norway and Finland? Sweden. What is the slang military term for the distance of 1 kilometer? Click. Which 4 U.S. states are on the United States-Mexico border? California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. When referring to cables used to transmit audio-video, what does HDMI stand for? High Definition Multimedia Interface. What football teams have never made it to the Super Bowl? Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, Houston Texans, and Jacksonville Jaguars. In movies, a clue or piece of information which is intended to be misleading is known as what? Red herring. Who was the first pinch hitter to score a home run in World Series play? Yogi Berra. What U.S. state has the nickname Land of 10,000 Lakes? Minnesota. In what year was the original Jurassic Park film released? 1993. The taste that allows us to taste savory foods is called what? Umami. In what year was Alfred Hitchcock's psychological thriller Psycho released? 1960. How many chambers are there in a dog's heart? 4. How many feet are in a mile? 50 to 80. Who interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech at the 2009 Video Music Awards? Kanye West. According to NBA rules, how long does a player have after catching the ball to shoot a free throw? 10 seconds. What do golfers shout to warn other golfers when they hit an errant shot? 4. What famous building would you find located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? The White House. In the game Scrabble, what is the point value of the letter K? 5. Which event did U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt call a day that will live in infamy? The attack on Pearl Harbor, December 7, 1941. A wombat is a marsupial native to which country? Australia. What is the name of Washington Irving's 1819 short story about a man that fell asleep in the woods for 20 years? Rip Van Winkle. Who was the last man to walk on the moon? Captain Eugene Cernan. In what country would you find the Yellow River? China. The Electoral College in the United States is made up of how many electors? 538. How old must a person be to run for President of the United States? 35. Most adults have how many canine teeth? 4. A koala's diet consists mainly of what? Eucalyptus leaves. Who was the first performer at the 1969 Woodstock Festival? Richie Havens. Hale-Bopp is classified as which type of small solar system body? Comet. Who is the only former heavyweight boxing champ to be buried in Arlington National Cemetery? Joe Louis. What country was host to the 1930 inaugural FIFA Football World Cup? Uruguay. Who was the first U.S. president that was born a citizen of the United States? Martin Van Buren. What do the letters ZIP stand for in the United States Postal Code? Zone Improvement Plan. Shown before a baseball game in 1941, the world's first television commercial advertised what product? Bulova watches. How many keys are on most baby grand pianos? 88. Originally from Quebec, what food comes from the local French slang word for a mess? Poutine. What is the main ingredient in Thousand Island dressing? Mayonnaise. Catalonia is a region of what country? Spain. 1024 gigabytes is equal to 1 what? Terabyte. If you were in the city of Turin, what country would you be in? Italy. The first human-made object to land on the moon was launched by what country? The Soviet Union. What does the Japanese phrase domo arigato mean in English? Thank you very much. Chimichurri is a green sauce that originated in what country? Argentina. Who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States? Francis Bellamy. In the 2016 American fantasy adventure film The Jungle Book, what is the name of the orphaned human boy? Mowgli. What is the Spanish word for meat? Carne. What is the word for hello in Spanish? Hola. Who is the author of the novella The Metamorphosis, first published in 1915? Franz Kafka. The first McDonald's restaurant opened in which U.S. state? California. What is the longest river in Australia? The Murray River. Who was the author of the children's fantasy novel The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe? C.S. Lewis. America's Next Top Model is an American reality television show created by which former model? Tyra Banks. Lox, often served on a bagel, is a fillet of brine what? Salmon. In hockey, what is known as a hat trick? When a player scores 3 goals in a single game. Which U.S. city also goes by the nickname the Big Apple? New York City. Tenochtitlan, founded in 1324, is now known as what city? Mexico City. A sounder is the term used to refer to a group of what type of animal? Wild swine, pigs or boars. What U.S. national park, located in the northwest corner of Montana, has the nickname Crown of the Continent? Glacier National Park. Barry Bonds currently holds the Major League Baseball home run record with how many home runs? 762. In what city was Ludwig van Beethoven born? Bonn, Electorate of Cologne. What is the largest ocean on planet Earth? Pacific Ocean. What city is most commonly referred to as the City of Light? Paris, France. In which city did Rosa Parks famously refuse to give up her seat on the bus? Montgomery, Alabama. The companies HP, Microsoft and Apple were all started in a what? Garage. Which European country has the longest coastline? Norway. What is the name of the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator? The Large Hadron Collider. Who is considered the father of psychoanalysis? Sigmund Freud. Which actor played a FedEx employee that became marooned on an island in the 2000 drama film Castaway? Tom Hanks. A flamboyance is a group of what animal? Flamingos. Which snake, whose untreated bite is almost 100% fatal, is the world's fastest snake on land? Black mamba. What was the name of the 1999 American found footage horror film about 3 student filmmakers that disappeared in the woods? The Blair Witch Project. A standard 7-inch vinyl single is usually played at what RPM? 45 RPMs. How many years are in a score? 20. The Arabian camel, also called dromedary, has how many humps? 1. What does the online acronym SM8 stand for? Shaking my head. Who played the female lead in the dystopian political thriller V for Vendetta? Natalie Portman. Which book was famously rejected by 12 publishers before finally being accepted by Bloomsbury? Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. At what temperature are Celsius and Fahrenheit equal? -40 degrees. A Moscow Mule is a type of cocktail popularly served in what? Copper mug. Which of the Beatles is barefoot on the Abbey Road album cover? Paul McCartney. Porsche is a brand of car that originated in what country? Germany. In the movie Bambi, what type of animal is Bambi's friend Flower? Skunk. An octopus can fit through any hole larger than its what? Beak. New Orleans is known as the birthplace of what type of music? Jazz. Who was the first president of the United States to live in the White House? President John Adams. In what year was the blue M&M first introduced? 1995. What type of animal is known as the ship of the desert? Camel. Who played Batman in the 1989 Tim Burton version of the film? Michael Keaton. What is the name for a meat dish made from finely chopped raw beef often served with onion, capers, seasonings and raw egg? Steak tartare. Schrödinger's cat is a thought experiment dealing with which type of mechanics? Quantum mechanics. Chile shares the majority of its border with which other South American country? Argentina. Which water sport is the official state individual sport of Hawaii? Surfing. What is the tallest mountain in South America? Mount Aconcagua, Argentina. Who came up with the 3 laws of motion? Sir Isaac Newton. Sardinia, the second largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, is an autonomous region of what country? Italy. What is the chemical symbol for iron? Fe. What Japanese word translates into English as harbor wave? Tsunami. Which actor played Freddie Mercury in the 2018 film Bohemian Rhapsody? Rami Malek. What 3 countries share a border with North Korea? China, Russia, and South Korea. Where would one arrive at the second star to the right and straight until morning? Neverland. In 1781, what was the first planet to be discovered using the telescope? Uranus. In 1796, Edward Jenner developed the vaccination for what disease? Smallpox. Who directed the movie Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban? Alfonso Cuarón. Kiss Me Kate and 10 Things I Hate About You were both based on which Shakespeare comedy? The Taming of the Shrew. What are the 4 houses at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. Madeira, an archipelago located in the Atlantic Ocean, is autonomous region of which country? Portugal. What vitamin is produced when a person is exposed to sunlight? Vitamin D. A puggle is a cross between which two dog breeds? Pug and Beagle. The United States Supreme Court consists of how many judges? 9. Which actor that once played James Bond previously competed in the Mr. Universe bodybuilding competition? Sean Connery. Which actor played Marty McFly in the 1980 sci-fi classic Back to the Future? Michael J. Fox. The Kangaroo Hoppet is a long-distance cross-country skiing race that is held in which county? Australia. Which president is on the United States $1,000 bill? Grover Cleveland. What comic strip's final panel depicts a boy and a tiger sledding away? Calvin and Hobbes. Aspirin comes from the bark of what tree? White willow tree. Portugal is bordered by what other country? Spain. What is the name for a confection that consists primarily of sugar or honey and almond meal? Marzipan. How many stripes are on the flag of the United States? 13. According to Greek mythology, who was the god of wine? Dionysos. China's terracotta army depicts the soldiers of what emperor? Qin Shi Huang. Which athlete has won the most Olympic medals? Michael Phelps. The Canadian flag features a leaf from which type of tree? Maple tree. Who was the first actor to play Doctor Who in the television series? William Hartnell. Who directed the 1980 horror film The Shining? Stanley Kubrick. In what year did the Great Fire of London take place? 1666. Which park is the most filmed location in the world? Central Park. What does the acronym LOL stand for when used in phone texts and on the internet? Laugh out loud. An astronomical unit is the average distance between which two objects in our solar system? The Earth and the Sun. In the sport of professional bicycle racing, what are the three Grand Tours? The Tour de France, Giro d'Italia and Vuelta a España. What is the name of the deepest known location in the Earth's oceans? Challenger Deep. According to Greek mythology, who was the goddess of beauty? Aphrodite. Filipino First Lady Imelda Marcos was famous for her very large collection of what? Shoes. What is the only national flag that is not square or rectangular? The flag of Nepal. Cynophobia is the fear of what kind of animal? Dogs. When referring to computer memory, what does that acronym RAM stand for? Random access memory. What is the most common type of star found in the Milky Way? Red dwarf star. Florence Nightingale aided the sick and wounded during which war? The Crimean War. Who was the male lead in the 1996 summer blockbuster Independence Day? Will Smith. Which 1993 American science fiction adventure film had a plot that involved creating a theme park from cloned dinosaurs? Jurassic Park. What is a baby swan called? A cygnet. What is the only country that displays the Bible on its national flag? The Dominican Republic. What sunglasses did Tom Cruise wear in the 1986 movie Top Gun? Ray-Ban Aviator. Ireland suffered the Great Famine beginning in 1845 due to the collapse of what crop? Potato. Marie Antoinette was born an Archduchess of what country? Austria. Located in southeast Vietnam, what is the former name of Ho Chi Minh City? Saigon. Which U.S. president issued the Emancipation Proclamation? President Abraham Lincoln. 1 kilobyte is equal to how many bytes? 1024. Which is the most widely spoken language in the world? Mandarin Chinese. According to the lyrics of the hit Queen song Killer Queen, perfume came naturally from where? Paris. Who was at the top of Forbes' 2015 list of the richest people in the world? Bill Gates. What is the sleepiest animal in the world, sleeping around 22 hours each day? Koala. In India, what is the most popular color choice for a bridal dress? Red. Anthony Jerome Spud Webb retired from what professional sport in 1997? Basketball. Robin Williams won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in which 1997 film about a South Boston janitor? Good Will Hunting. How many teams are in the American National Football League? 32 teams. What fruit is thrown at the annual Food Fight Festival held in Banal, Spain? Tomato. The port city of Luanda is the capital city of which African country? Angola. The dingo is a type of feral dog native to which country? Australia. What is the largest three-digit prime number? 997. In what country would you find large ancient geoglyphs known as the Nazca Lines? Peru. Actress Gal Gadot starred in what American superhero film released in the summer of 2017? Wonder Woman. The Simpsons first debuted as a short in what American variety television show? The Tracy Ullman Show. Who were the first two astronauts that landed on the moon in 1969? Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. What was the first all-professional baseball team with salaried players? Cincinnati Red Stockings. The Van Gogh Museum is located in what European capital city? Amsterdam. Where did a robot named Spirit remain operational over 2,000 sols past its planned 90-sol mission? Mars. ABBA was a pop group from what country? Sweden. Which Korean martial art literally means the way of the foot and fist? Taekwondo. American Gothic, a 1930 portrait depicting a farmer and his daughter posing in front of their house, was painted by which artist? Grant Wood. Leonardo da Vinci's 15th-century mural, The Last Supper, is located in what city? Milan, Italy. What is called when a player scores 2 goals in a game of soccer? A brace. Which two countries are connected by the Karakoram Pass? China and India. What painter is famous for cutting off part of his hair? Vincent van Gogh. Cruella de Vil is a character who appeared in what novel by Dodie Smith? The 101 Dalmatians. Guinness beer was first brewed in which country? Ireland. In which Asian country is the city of Chiang Mai located? Thailand. What is the color of the 5 stars found on the flag of China? Yellow. What are the 4 main ingredients in beer? Grain, hops, yeast, and water. What is the secret identity of the fictional superhero Batman? Bruce Wayne. What popular soda beverage was originally developed as a mixer for whiskey? Mountain Dew. Which scientist is considered the father of modern genetics? Gregor Mendel. What female singer had an embarrassing wardrobe malfunction during the Super Bowl 35 halftime show? Janet Jackson. In most countries it is illegal to call sparkling wine by what name unless it was produced in certain region of France? Champagne. Which branch of physics is devoted to the study of heat and related phenomena? Thermodynamics. What is the name for a protein that acts as a biological catalyst? Enzyme. Who was the first ever wrestler to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? Andre the Giant. How many hearts does an octopus have? 3. What is the chemical symbol for table salt? NaCl. What sport does Cristiano Ronaldo play? Soccer. Hamburgers get their name from what European city? Hamburg, Germany. An animal that lives part of its life on land and part in water is known as what? An amphibian. Which bird is often associated with delivering babies? Stork. What was the name of Taylor Swift's first album? Taylor Swift. American mobster Al Capone was sentenced to 11 years in federal prison for what crime? Tax evasion. The art and practice of garden cultivation and management is called what? Horticulture. How many paintings did Vincent van Gogh sell during his lifetime? 1. The Red Vineyard at Arles. Who patented the concept of a flat engine or boxer engine in 1896? Carl Benz. Jean-Paul Sartre and Leduc though both declined to accept what famous international award? The Nobel Prize. The Lone Star State is the nickname for which U.S. state? Texas. What do the letters in NCAA, the name of the association that regulates athletes, stand for? National Collegiate Athletic Association. Before the introduction of the euro, what was the name for the basic monetary unit used in the Netherlands? Guilder. In movie ratings, what do the letters PG stand for? Parental guidance. What capital city lies on the Potomac River? Washington, D.C. If I Had $1 Million is a song by which Canadian musical group? Bareneck Ladies. The longest snake ever held in captivity belongs to what species? Reticulated python. In a website browser address bar, what does www stand for? World Wide Web. The Commonwealth of the Bahamas gained independence in 1973 from what country? United Kingdom. Which city is traditionally said to be built on 7 hills? Rome. How many mother sauces are there in classical French cuisine? 5. Bechamel, Velouté, Espagnole, Sauce Tomate Hollandaise. Who played the lead role in the 1982 American comedy Tootsie? Dustin Hoffman. How old was American musician Jimi Hendrix when he passed away in 1970? 27. What two sisters faced each other in the finals of the French Open, Wimbledon, and US Open in 2002? Venus and Serena Williams. Who wrote and recorded the one-hit wonder Spirit in the Sky, released in late 1969? Norman Greenbaum. NASCAR is an acronym for what family-owned and operated business? The National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. In which South American country would you find the ancient Incan citadel Machu Picchu? Peru. What is the largest planet in our solar system? Jupiter. In our solar system, which 2 planets are known as ice giants? Uranus and Neptune. The French Côte d'Azur is known as what in English? French Riviera. Hopalong Cassidy is a fictional cowboy hero. What was the name of his horse? Topper. What is the Spanish word for money? Dinero. Which element previously used in the production of felt lead to the expression mad as a hatter? Mercury. The oldest parliament in the world belongs to what country? Iceland. The Portuguese motto, Ordem e Progresso, is found on which country's national flag? Brazil. Which planet in our solar system has the most oxygen? Earth. What is the main dialect of Chinese spoken in Hong Kong by the majority of the locals? Cantonese. Who appeared on the cover of the first issue of People magazine on March 4, 1974? Mia Farrow. The martial art of Kung Fu originated in which country? China. Callisto is the name of a moon orbiting what planet in our solar system? Jupiter. What was the name of Robert E. Lee's most famous horse? Traveler. What football team had the biggest scoring comeback in the history of the Super Bowl? Patriots. Which animal is the tallest in the world? Giraffe. The headquarters of the United Nations is located in what city? New York City. What Star Trek The Next Generation actor hosted the children's show Reading Rainbow? LeVar Burton. Titan, Enceladus, Mimas and Iapetus are just some of the moons orbiting which planet? Saturn. What is the name of the dog from the 1960s television cartoon The Jetsons? Astro. In what month is the longest day in the Northern Hemisphere? June. Fe is the chemical symbol for what element? Iron. Natural pearls are found in what sea creature? Oyster. Which animal has the most legs? Millipede. What is the perceived decrease in air temperature felt by the body due to the flow of air known as wind chill? Including Rudolph, how many reindeer is Santa Claus said to have? 9. Which American author wrote the non-fiction novel In Cold Blood? Truman Capote. By area, what is the smallest ocean in the world? The Arctic Ocean. What figure of speech meaning, including everything, comes from three major parts of a musket? Lock, stock, and barrel. Valletta is the capital of what Mediterranean country? Malta. Which ocean trench is the deepest? Mariana Trench or Marianas Trench? Who painted the famous Dutch Golden Age painting The Night Watch? Rembrandt. What type of bridge is the Golden Gate Bridge? Suspension. Which action movie star was the voice of the Iron Giant? Vin Diesel. The Battle of Jutland was a naval battle that occurred during which war? World War I. The reaction where two atoms of hydrogen combine to form an atom of helium is called what? Fusion. What animal has the fastest metabolism? Hummingbird. What color do you get when you mix yellow and blue? Green. Which element symbol is the letter K on the periodic table? Potassium. What was the name of the currency used in Spain before the euro? Pesetas. Ron McKernan of the Grateful Dead was commonly known by what nickname? Pigpen. Which country and its territories cover the most time zones? France with 12 time zones. What part of the human body contains 5 metacarpal bones? The hand. What is a baby rabbit called? Kitten or kid for short. Which is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust? Aluminum. What is the only U.S. state without a rectangular flag? Ohio. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in what year? 1865. How do you say hello in Mandarin Chinese? Ni hao. Ceres is a dwarf planet that lies between the orbits of which two planets in our solar system? Mars and Jupiter. The meat of a game animal such as deer is called what? Venison. Papua New Guinea is bordered by which country to the west? Indonesia. In the poker game Texas Hold'em, how many cards are dealt to each player? 2. Chilean sea bass originally went by what less appetizing name? Patagonian toothfish. What is the highest score possible in 10-pin bowling? 300. What is the national dish of Scotland? Haggis. Mark Zuckerberg was one of the founders of which social networking site? Facebook. What city is the capital of Hungary? Budapest. Who was the King of Britain during the American Revolutionary War? George III. What U.S. city was the first to host the Olympic Games? St. Louis, Missouri in 1904. Who is the only basketball player to score 100 points in a single NBA game? Wilt Chamberlain. What country is named for its location on the equator? Ecuador. The Cajun Holy Trinity of cooking consists of what three vegetables? Onions, bell peppers and celery. The phrase "let them eat cake" is commonly attributed to whom? Queen Marie Antoinette. Who assassinated President Abraham Lincoln? John Wilkes Booth. The writer Eric Blair went by what pen name? George Orwell. In what year was the United States Pledge of Allegiance written? 1892. The atmospheric temperature at which water vapor begins to condense and form dew is called what? Dew point. In which U.S. state would you find Stone Mountain Park? Georgia. Jimmy Carter was the first U.S. president born in a what? Hospital. What island state was formerly known by the name Formosa? Taiwan. What is the common name for stone consisting of the minerals jadeite or nephrite? Jade. What were the 6 original hockey teams of the National Hockey League? Boston Bruins, Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings, Montreal Canadiens, New York Rangers, and Toronto Maple Leafs. What planet in our solar system has the most gravity? Jupiter. What does the acronym for the German multinational company BMW stand for? Bavarian Motor Works. In what city does a Creole lady of the night strut her stuff according to the original 1974 song Lady Marmalade? New Orleans. The scientific unit named after Sir Isaac Newton measures what? Force. In what year did the Titanic sink? 1912. Approximately 2% of all people have what eye color? Green. What are the first 4 digits of pi? 3.141. The Great Red Spot is a gigantic storm located on which planet in our solar system? Jupiter. How many states are needed to ratify an amendment for it to become part of the Constitution? 3/4 of the states. The first Eurovision Song Contest was held in what year? 1956. What was the name of Seattle grunge band Nirvana's first album released in 1989? Bleach. What is the scientific name of the common potato? Solanum tuberosum. In what 2-act ballet does a toymaker's goddaughter travel to the land of sweets on Christmas Eve? The Nutcracker. Orson Welles provided the voice for which Transformer in the Transformers, the movie released in 1986? Unicron. According to physics, what are the 4 fundamental forces in nature? Strong force, electromagnetic force, weak force, gravitational force. The fear of being in a commitment or getting married is known as what? Gomophobia. who wrote the young adult vampire romance novel Twilight. Stephenie Meyer, who designed and built the Pascaline. Blaise Pascal, who was the first black baseball player to play in the major leagues. Moses Fleetwood Walker. Victorian writers Charlotte, Emily, and Anne were sisters sharing what last name? Bronte. In the movie The Wizard of Oz, what did the Scarecrow want from the wizard? A brain. On the hit show Seinfeld, what was Kramer's first name? Cosmo. Which bird has eyes that are larger than its brain? Ostrich. In which Disney film do two cats sing the Siamese cat song? Lady and the Tramp. A misandrist is a person that hates what? Men. Which Olympic sport was featured in the movie Cool Runnings? Bobsled. Mr. Pibb was a soft drink created by the Coca-Cola Company to compete with what other soft drink? Dr. Pepper. Stratus, cirrus and cumulus are types of what? Clouds. Who won more Academy Awards in his lifetime than any other person? Walt Disney. Azeki and Yokozuna are the top ranks in which sport? Sumo wrestling. Star Trek: The Next Generation originally aired in what year? 1987. What U.S. agency's motto is fidelity, bravery, integrity? The Federal Bureau of Investigation. In our solar system, which two planets rotate clockwise? Venus and Uranus. What ingredient is added to white sugar to make brown sugar? Molasses. Who wrote The Little Mermaid? Hans Christian Andersen. How many acres are in a square mile? 640. What is a group of rhinoceros called? A crash. The Principality of Monaco is a sovereign city-state bordered on three sides by which country? France. Girl with a Pearl Earring is an oil painting by which Dutch Golden Age painter? Johannes Vermeer. What is the tallest building in the world? The Burj Khalifa. Who is the longest reigning heavyweight boxing champion with 25 successful defenses? Joe Louis. What was the name of the coffee shop in the hit sitcom Friends? Central Perk. The Roman Catholic Church La Sagrada Familia, located in Barcelona, Spain, was designed by which Catalan architect? Antoni Gaudí. What six-letter magic word in comic books invokes Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury? Shazam. Mare Tranquillitatis is the Latin name for what feature found on Earth Moon? Sea of Tranquility. In the Lord of the Rings film series, which actor plays the character of Saruman? Christopher Lee. Who plays Jack Ryan in the 2002 American spy thriller The Sum of All Fears? Ben Affleck. Sidney Carton is the central character in what Charles Dickens novel? A Tale of Two Cities. The final link of the first transcontinental railroad across the United States was completed in which state? Utah. What three planets are closest to the Sun? Mercury, Venus, and Earth. Which desert is the largest in the world? The Antarctic Polar Desert. With 208 touchdowns, which player holds the record for the most touchdowns in the American National Football League? Jerry Rice. Released in 1992, what is the best-selling soundtrack album of all time? The Bodyguard. In which country is the Nobel Peace Prize awarded? Norway. The other Nobel Prizes are awarded in Sweden. Who was the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Aretha Franklin. Long Island is a part of which U.S. state? New York. What is the fastest land snake in the world? Black mamba. What was the highest-selling album of the 1980s in the United States? Thriller by Michael Jackson. Moss, garter, and seed are common terms used in which type of handicraft? Knitting. Tom yum is a type of hot and sour soup that originated in which country? Thailand. What is the brand name for the product that has a mascot of a muscular man with a shaved head and an earring? Mr. Clean. Cubic zirconia is a synthesized material often used in place of what precious stone? Diamond. Hallelujah is a song written by which Canadian recording artist? Leonard Cohen. In Olympic archery, what is the standard distance of the target from the archer? 70 meters. What now retired NBA player starred in the 1996 movie Kazam? Shaquille O'Neal. Which U.S. state has the highest number of colleges and universities? California. In computer science, what does GUI stand for? Graphical User Interface. What is the U.S. Navy's equivalent to the U.S. Army's basic training? Boot camp. What school does Harry Potter attend? Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. What future U.S. president was stranded on a desert island as a 26-year-old Navy lieutenant in 1943? John F. Kennedy. According to Arthurian legend, what was the name of the sword in the stone? Excalibur or Caliburn. Which planet in our solar system has an axis that is tilted by 98 degrees? Uranus. Which animal has the longest tongue relative to its total size? Chameleon. Who directed the romantic comedy fantasy adventure film The Princess Bride? Rob Reiner. What was Walt Disney's middle name? Elias. Naan is the Persian word for what? Bread. How many U.S. presidents were only children? None. Which Christopher Columbus ship ran aground on his first voyage? La Santa Maria. In the game of chess, how many pawns does each player start with? 8. Which character in the anime Attack on Titan is referred to as humanity's strongest soldier? Levi Reveal Ackerman. In the U.S., a pint of milk is equal to how many cups of milk? 2. In what country did table tennis originate? England. The St. Lawrence River forms part of the border between which two countries? The United States and Canada. Who led the first expedition to sail around the world? Ferdinand Magellan. When a drink is served on the rocks, it is served with what? Ice cubes. Celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay opened his first restaurant in what city? London, England. The Stanley Cup is a championship trophy awarded annually to the playoff winner in what sport? Hockey. What song from the Disney film Coco won the 2018 Academy Award for Best Original Song? Remember Me. What U.S. state has the longest official name? State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. Who wrote an ancient Chinese military treatise known as The Art of War? Sun Tzu. What famous Christmas legend did a Montgomery Ward advertising man create as part of his job? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Edmund Robert May first wrote of the now famous reindeer in a pamphlet distributed to children by Store Santos in 1939. In the United States, where can alligators and crocodiles be found together in the wild? South Florida. A diamond is forever is a famous advertising slogan created in 1947 for what company? De Beers. What is the common term for a list of things a person would like to do before they die? Bucket list. Regarding data storage, what does the acronym SSD stand for? Solid-state drive. What is the smallest and most endangered species of sloth? The pygmy three-toed sloth. What is the most popular board game of all time? Chess. The Southern Ocean surrounds which continent? Antarctica. Sulin was the name given to what type of animal captured in China and brought to the United States for the first time in 1936? Giant panda. In the movie Back to the Future, what speed did the DeLorean need to reach in order to achieve time travel? 88 miles per hour. Who invented the cotton gin in 1793, allowing for much greater cotton production? Eli Whitney. Most brands of the liquors soju are made in which country? South Korea. Geelong is a port city located in what country? Australia. What is a group of owls called? A parliament. How many time zones are in Canada? 6. What do the letters of the popular fast food chain KFC stand for? Kentucky Fried Chicken. What layer of the atmosphere lies between the troposphere and mesosphere? Stratosphere. A poke bowl is a diced raw fish dish that originated in which U.S. state? Hawaii. Where was the very first Hard Rock Cafe opened? Piccadilly, London. Which of the traditional 5 senses are dolphins believed not to possess? Smell. Which patriot leader organized the Boston Tea Party in 1773? Samuel Adams. How many fingers do the Simpsons cartoon characters have? 4. Who played Dracula in the 1931 vampire horror film Dracula? Bela Lugosi. All Shook Up is a song that topped the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 on April 13, 1957. Who was the singer? Elvis Presley. Tom Hanks played Captain Miller in what legendary World War II movie? Saving Private Ryan. What is the capital of Peru? Lima. What 1985 to 1992 sitcom earned Emmy Awards for its 4 stars, all women over the age of 50? Golden Girls. What does HTTP stand for in a website address? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. How many Super Bowls have the Denver Broncos won? 3. Formerly known as Pitlows Island, what is the current name of the island where the Statue of Liberty is located? Liberty Island. How many planets in our solar system have moons? 6. According to the popular Christmas song, Frosty the Snowman, what are the snowman's eyes made out of? Coal. What was the name of the first electronic general-purpose computer? ENIAC. Montevideo is the capital city of which South American country? Uruguay. What is the name of the character played by Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean film series? Captain Jack Sparrow. How many U.S. Supreme Court justices are there? 9. In science, how long is an eon? 1 billion years. What is the name of the Disney cartoon character that is the girlfriend to Donald Duck? Daisy Duck. Who was awarded the first United States patent for the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell. 186,282 miles per second is the speed of what in a vacuum? Light. What city in Australia has the highest population? Sydney. Cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am, is a Latin phrase by which philosopher? René Descartes. The period of European history that lasted from the 14th to the 17th century is known as what? The Renaissance. Stairway to Heaven, a song by English rock band Led Zeppelin, was originally released on which of their albums? Their untitled fourth studio album, commonly referred to as Led Zeppelin 4. What Catholic prayer lends its name to a very long forward pass thrown with time running out in American football? Hail Mary. In China, what number is considered unlucky because its pronunciation is similar to that for the word death? 4. What building is found on the back of a United States $100 bill? Independence Hall. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a 2000 American Christmas fantasy comedy film starring which actor as the Grinch? Jim Carrey. Which animal has the largest brain? The sperm whale has the largest brain, weighing around 17 pounds. In the United States and Canada, 1 ton is a unit of measure that contains how many pounds? 2,000. Tasmania is an isolated island state belonging to which country? Australia. In the game of pool, what is the standard color for the one ball? Yellow. A blunderbuss is an obsolete type of what? Firearm. What do the letters HTML, a markup language used to create web pages, stand for? Hypertext Markup Language. Brazil was once a colony of which European country? Portugal. What is the name for the branch of mathematics dealing with lengths and angles of triangles? Trigonometry. K-pop is a genre of music that originated in what country? South Korea. What does Roger mean when communicating via radio? Received. What famous female singer died of alcohol poisoning in 2011 at the age of 27? Amy Winehouse. Sinterklaas is the Dutch version of what mythical figure? Santa Claus. Founded in 1607, what is considered to be the first permanent English settlement in the New World? Jamestown, Virginia. Who won the nomination of the Democratic Party to run for president in 2016? Hillary Clinton. What does the B stand for in Lyndon B. Johnson? Baines. Edward Teach was a notorious English pirate better known by what nickname? Blackbeard. The molecule hemoglobin is used in which type of cells? Red blood cells. Located in southern Siberia, what lake is the deepest and largest freshwater lake in the world? Lake Baikal. In what year is Columbus credited with discovering the New World? 1492. What is a baby turkey called? Poult or chick. What natural phenomena are measured by the Richter scale? Earthquakes. What is the common translation for the popular Latin phrase carpe diem? Seize the day. In the sitcom Family Matters and film Die Hard, actor Reginald VelJohnson's character had what occupation? Police officer. What is the three-letter airport code for the Los Angeles International Airport? LAX. Who invented the first alternating current induction motor? Nikola Tesla. The paperboard Chinese takeout box was invented in what country? The United States. What is the mathematical formula for Newton's second law of motion? F equals ma. Which team won the National Football League's first Super Bowl? The Green Bay Packers. In the board game Monopoly, if you paid to get out of jail, how much does it cost? $50. What takes an average of 8 minutes 20 seconds to reach the Earth? Light from the sun. On September 24, 1906, President Theodore Roosevelt established the first U.S. national monument. What was it? Devil's Tower in Wyoming. MMA is the acronym for what full contact combat sport? Mixed martial arts. What is the real name of the former wrestler turned actor who went by the ring name The Rock? Dwayne Douglas Johnson. Who is the former drummer for Nirvana that went on to become the frontman for the Foo Fighters? David Grohl. What U.S. non-profit organization sells about 200 million boxes of cookies per year? The Girl Scouts. What is the name of the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall and in what country is it located? Angel Falls, Venezuela. In most modern vehicles, the carburetor has been replaced with what? Fuel injection. Which book holds the record of being the most stolen book from public libraries? Guinness Book of World Records. What is the name of the Spanish islands that lie off the northwest coast of Africa? The Canary Islands. Where was the fortune cookie invented? California. Who was the first emperor of China? Qin Shi Huang. What Byzantine city was renamed Istanbul after being captured by the Ottoman Empire? Constantinople. Sodium chloride is most commonly called what? Salt. In sports, what does the acronym MVP stand for? Most Valuable Player. Jason Voorhees is the main antagonist in what movie franchise? Friday the 13th. The change in a wave's frequency when the source and observer are in motion relative to one another is known as what? The Doppler effect. What date is Cinco de Mayo celebrated in the United States? May 5th. Which NFL team overcame a 25-point deficit to win the 2017 Super Bowl? New England Patriots. Algolan is the oldest indigenous name for which continent? Africa. What is the longest-running U.S. primetime television show of all time? The Simpsons. In the world of video games, what does NES stand for? Nintendo Entertainment System. The Giza Plateau can be found in what country? Egypt. In what year did Nintendo release its first game console in North America? 1985. What is the melting point of ice in Fahrenheit? 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The largest volcano ever discovered in our solar system is located on which planet? Mars. Who was the first NASA astronaut to visit space twice? Gus Grissom. Who wrote the fairy tale The Ugly Duckling? Hans Christian Andersen. What is the largest rodent found in North America? Beaver. The Concorde was a supersonic passenger airliner flown by which two airlines? Air France and British Airways. Which mammal has the longest gestation period? Elephant. A teetotaler is a person that never drinks what? Alcohol. The NBA's Memphis Grizzlies formerly played in what Canadian city? Vancouver. In 1939, the movie The Wizard of Oz lost the Academy Award for Best Picture to what film? Gone with the Wind. The song Eye of the Tiger by the band Survivor was the theme song for what movie released in 1982? Rocky III. Which rapper was born Robert Matthew Van Winkle on October 31, 1967? Vanilla Ice. Which five-times Grand Slam tennis champion tested positive for a banned substance at the 2016 Australian Open? Maria Sharapova. Of the four rocky planets in our solar system, which is the largest and most dense? Earth. Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt and Herbert Hoover all belong to which political party? Republican. When found on a beer bottle, what does the acronym IPA stand for? India Pale Ale. The island of Great Britain is made up of what three somewhat autonomous regions? England, Scotland and Wales. Which U.S. state has the motto "Live Free or Die" on their license plate? New Hampshire. Bruce Banner turns into what fictional superhero when he becomes angry? The Hulk. Joseph Smith was the founder of what religion? Mormonism. Who was the last Queen of France prior to the French Revolution? Marie Antoinette. What gives red blood cells their color? Hemoglobin. In 1863, which U.S. president declared that the last Thursday in November should be celebrated as Thanksgiving? Abraham Lincoln. Which 1997 action thriller film stars Nicolas Cage, John Cusack and John Malkovich? Con Air. The song 76 Trombones first appeared in what 1957 musical play? The Music Man. A la cressy is a French cooking term that describes a dish made or garnished with what? Carrots. What is professional wrestler John Cena's famous catchphrase? You can't see me. The Spanish Civil War began in what year? 1936. What log flume ride in the Epcot theme park at Walt Disney World was shut down in 2014 to make way for a Frozen theme ride? Maelstrom. What was the first ever series to air on the Disney Channel? Good Morning, Mickey. What was the name of the London theatre built by Shakespeare's playing company in 1599? The Globe Theatre. Who was the first man to appear on the cover of Playboy magazine? Peter Sellers, April 1964. Who created the comedy science fiction series The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Douglas Adams. At temperature reading of -459.67 degrees Fahrenheit or -273.15 degrees Celsius is known as what? Absolute zero. What three-word parting catchphrase is engraved on voice actor Mel Blanc's gravestone? That's all, folks. The desire to eat strange things that are non-nutritive is known as what? Pica. Arco iris is the Spanish term for what natural phenomenon? Rainbow. The process of making cow's milk safe for human consumption is called what? Pasteurization. What dish made from crushed durum wheat is a staple of Western North Africa? Couscous. What is the most common type of pitch thrown by pitchers in baseball? Fastball. At its peak in 2004, which company had over 9,000 video rental stores worldwide? Blockbuster Video. What is the color of Underdog's cape? Blue. The Yangtze River is entirely located in which country? The People's Republic of China. Spanish silver dollars, originally called the Spanish peso, were each worth how many Spanish reals? 8. At what wind speed does a tropical storm become a hurricane? 74 miles per hour. What city is the capital of Canada? Ottawa. In the classic board game Monopoly, how much does it cost to buy a railroad? $200. A shuttlecock is used in what sport? Badminton. What are the ingredients in Harvey Wallbanger cocktail? Vodka, Galliano and orange juice. What Broadway musical broke the record for Tony nominations in 2016? Hamilton. What is the name of the Las Vegas professional ice hockey team that began play in the 2017-18 NHL season? The Vegas Golden Knights. Wrangell St. Elias, the largest national park in the U.S., is located in what state? Alaska. What are the names of the two Muppet characters that heckle the rest of the cast from their balcony seats? Statler and Waldorf. The duck-billed platypus is native to what country? Australia. In which U.S. city was Walt Disney born? Chicago, Illinois. World War I flying ace Manfred von Richthofen is known by what nickname? The Red Baron. Arby's is a fast food restaurant chain specializing in sandwiches made with what main ingredient? Roast beef. If a liquor is 100 proof, how much alcohol does it contain by percentage? 50%. What is known as the master gland of the human body? The pituitary gland. Which artist is credited with developing linear perspective? Brunelleschi. Who was the first person selected as Time magazine's Man of the Year? Charles Lindbergh in 1927. What was the first toy advertised on television? Mr. Potato Head. Come As You Are, a song by the grunge band Nirvana, was released on which album? Nevermind. The men's magazine GQ was formerly known by what longer name? Gentleman's Quarterly. What is the name for the longest side of a right triangle? Hypotenuse. Which famous singer appeared in the movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? Tina Turner. What African country was officially known as Zaire between 1971 and 1997? The Democratic Republic of the Congo. Professional footballer Lionel Messi was born in which country? Argentina. Made up predominantly of young men, adult fans of the animated television series My Little Pony are known as what? Bronies. In what year did the Apollo 7 human spaceflight take place? 1968. Shinto is the indigenous faith of what country? Japan. In what state was President Barack Obama born? Hawaii. What is a traditional fermented Korean side dish made seasoned vegetables and salt? Kimchi. Who is the author of the book A Brief History of Time? Stephen Hawking. In what type of restaurant would you typically find the condiment wasabi? Japanese. How many moons does the planet Venus have? 0. What are baby beavers called? Kittens or kits? Which painter started the Impressionist movement? Claude Monet. Created in 2009, what was the first decentralized cryptocurrency? Bitcoin. Which French post-impressionist artist painted a Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte? Georges Seurat. What is the highest mountain when measured from the center of Earth? Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador. In Disney's 1959 animated film Sleeping Beauty, who as Princess Aurora is betrothed to? Prince Philip. Who ties Cloris Leachman for the most Emmys won by a female performer? Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Who played the title character in the teen sitcom musical comedy Hannah Montana? Miley Cyrus. American singer-songwriter Johnny Cash passed away in what year? 2003. Jackson Pollock was an influential abstract expressionist painter from what country? The United States. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is located in which city? Pisa, Italy. What day is Thanksgiving celebrated in Canada? The second Monday of October. Penicillin is used to fight what type of infections? Bacterial. Yerevan, one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities, is the capital of what country? Armenia. In the movie The Lion King, what was Simba's mother's name? Sarabi. What year was the first Super Bowl played? 1967. What dog breed native to Japan has a name that translates to little brushwood dog? Shiba Inu. What is the Japanese word that means empty orchestra? Karaoke. According to Mohs scale, what mineral is the hardest? Diamond. Tierra del Fuego is an archipelago located off the southernmost tip of which continent? South America. The Artful Dodger is a character from which novel? Oliver Twist. Spoken by the majority of the population, what is the official language of Iran? Persian. According to Guinness World Records, which author has the most published works? L. Ron Hubbard. What 2013 science fiction blockbuster starred Sandra Bullock and George Clooney? Gravity. Sicily is the largest island in which sea? Mediterranean Sea. Who played the fictional anti-hero Deadpool in the 2016 movie? Ryan Reynolds. The Grand Slam tournaments are the four most important annual events in which two sports? Tennis and golf. Polar bears feed mainly on what animal? Seals. What do the letters C and H stand for in C and H sugar? California and Hawaii. Who was the shortest player ever to play in the NBA? Tyrone Bogues, better known as Muggsy Bogues. In the United States, which breed of dog is commonly known as a firehouse dog? Dalmatian. Carved stone human figures with large heads, known as moai, can be found on what Polynesian island? Easter Island. What later Star Wars actress had an early role in the movie Leon, the Professional? Natalie Portman. Bronze is an alloy consisting primarily of what two elements? Copper and tin. Who is the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants? Tom Kenny. Which state of the United States is the smallest? Rhode Island. Jack the Ripper is the name given to an unidentified serial killer that terrorized what city in 1888? London, England. What television host quipped at his 1990 wedding? The answer is yes. Alex Trebek. Sequoia National Park is located in which U.S. state? California. Who was the first Spaniard to set foot in what is now the U.S. state of Florida? Ponce de Leon. Eddie Murphy's first major motion picture role was in what movie released in 1982 co-starring Nick Nolte? 48 Hours. The road to greatness can take you to the edge is the tagline of which 2014 American drama film? Whiplash. The Walker Law passed in 1920 in New York was a law regulating which sport? Boxing. How many Olympic Games have been hosted in Africa? 0. What is the chemical formula for ozone? O3. What is the name of the meringue-based cake believed to have been created in honor of a Russian ballerina? Pavlova. What is the seventh and final novel of the Harry Potter series? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. In the late 1890s, Bayer marketed a cough, cold and pain remedy that contained what now illegal drug? Heroin. Which metallic element has a melting point of approximately 38 degrees Fahrenheit? Mercury. Singer-songwriter George Michael, famous for such hits as Faith and Father Figure, passed away in what year? 2016. When talking about computer memory, what does the acronym ROM stand for? Read-only memory. Trevi Fountain is located in the capital city of which European country? Italy. The term déjà vu comes from what language? French. What former planet was demoted to a dwarf planet in 2006? Pluto. The RMS Olympic and HMHS Britannic were sister ships to which other British passenger liner? RMS Titanic. What is the only mammal that can truly fly? The bat. Who wrote the novel Moby Dick? Herman Melville. The Punisher is a fictional character appearing in comic books published by which company? Marvel Comics. What is the second most abundant element in the Earth's atmosphere? Oxygen. Sushi is a type of cuisine that originated in what country? Japan. Traditionally, the term caviar refers to the salt-cured roe of which fish? Sturgeon. Who was the first Tudor monarch in England? Henry VII. Which country financed Christopher Columbus' 1492 exploration? Spain. What is the name of the actress who played the unsinkable Molly Brown in the 1997 movie Titanic? Kathy Bates. Who was the lead singer of the band Odyssey? Chris Cornell. How do you say I love you in Italian? Ti amo. What was the first capital city of the United States? Philadelphia. What is the name for the military nobility and officer caste that existed in medieval and early modern Japan? Samurai. What is the name for the specialized nerve cell that transmits information chemically and electrically throughout the body? Neuron. What inland U.S. state has the longest shoreline? Michigan. The cooking technique that involves submerging food in a liquid at a relatively low temperature is called what? Poaching. Who sang the version of the song Deo released in 1956? Harry Belafonte. Jim Davis was the cartoonist behind which widely syndicated comic strip? Garfield. SNES is the acronym for what popular gaming console released in the early 1990s? Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Established in the 1920s, what historic double-digit highway connected Chicago and Los Angeles? Route 66. The Carolina Reaper, Dorset Naga, and Trinidad Scorpion are varieties of what kind of edible plant? Chili pepper. What is the world's largest active volcano? Mauna Loa. As a protest to Hollywood's portrayal of Native Americans in film, Marlon Brando declined an Academy Award for his performance in what movie? The Godfather. What is the highest number found on a standard roulette wheel? 36. Originally a Viking fishing village, Copenhagen became the capital city of what country? Denmark. The Connecticut Leather Company later became what toy company that was popular in the 1980s for its Cabbage Patch Kids and video game consoles? Coleco. Which continent is also a country? Australia. What city hosted the 2012 Summer Olympics? London, England. What was the name of Alexander the Great's horse? Bucephalus. Which British author wrote the popular children's novel James and the Giant Peach? Roald Dahl. Which continent has the highest human population density? Asia. What is the name for trees that never lose their leaves? Evergreen. What is the unit of length that is approximately 3.26 light years? Parsec. What are the only two countries in South America that do not border Brazil? Chile and Ecuador. What popular movie musical, directed by John Hudson, was released in 1982? Annie. When referring to a type of music, what does R&B stand for? Rhythm and blues. What is the name of the sequel to the movie Wreck-It Ralph that was released in 2018? Ralph Breaks the Internet. What is the easternmost point on the North American continent? Cape Spear, Newfoundland, Canada. What is the name given to an ancient analog computer that was discovered by divers off a Greek island in 1900? Antikythera mechanism. What four states of matter are observable in everyday life? Solid, liquid, gas and plasma. In what year was the Chevrolet Chevelle first produced? 1964. What flightless bird is featured on New Zealand's $1 coin? Kiwi. In which country did cheddar cheese originate? England. Award-winning Latina pop artist Shakira was born and raised in what country? Colombia. First published in 1719, Robinson Crusoe is a novel written by which English writer? Daniel Defoe. What is the white part of the inside of an egg called? Albumin. The Bill of Rights contains how many of the first amendments to the United States Constitution? 10. The vehicle manufacturer Volvo was founded in what country? Sweden. What country's current capital city is an anagram of its former capital city? Japan. Which country is home to the world's oldest operating amusement park? Denmark. Der Havsbakken amusement park opened in 1583. What is the regulation height for a basketball hoop? 10 feet. The Black Forest is located in what European country? Germany. What two letters in the acronym SCUBA stand for? Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Europe is separated from Asia by which mountain range? Ural Mountains. Which animal was incorrectly rumored to bury its head in the sand when frightened? Ostrich. In the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, what is the name of Gaston's bumbling sidekick? LeFou. Who is next in line to succeed the president after the vice president? The Speaker of the House. In the movie The Terminator, what is the name of the company that created Skynet? Cyberdyne Systems. In what year was the first modern Olympic Games held? 1896. Who was the tallest actor ever to win an Academy Award? Tim Robbins in 2003 for Best Supporting Actor in Mystic River. Who was the author of the Amityville Horror published in 1977? J. Ensign. In what year did the aviator Charles A. Lindbergh cross the Atlantic Ocean? 1927. In our solar system, which planet has the shortest day? Jupiter. How do you say panda in Spanish? Panda. What was Marilyn Monroe's name at birth? Norma Jean Mortensen. What are the two South American countries that belong to OPEC? Venezuela and Ecuador. What are the 5 boroughs of New York City? Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, and Staten Island. What was the title of Kanye West's debut album released in 2004? The College Dropout. What city is the capital of India? New Delhi. Bobby Fischer is considered by many to be the greatest player of all time in which game? Chess. The filament in an incandescent light bulb is made of what element? Tungsten. In database programming, SQL is an acronym for what? Structured Query Language. In what year was the perfect tense scoring system in gymnastics abandoned? 2006. Which major American airline is named after a Greek letter? Delta. Who was the Prime Minister of Italy during World War II? Benito Amilcar Andrea Mussolini. How many U.S. states border the Pacific Ocean? 5 states: California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, and Hawaii. Which actor played the main character in the 1990 film Edward Scissorhands? Johnny Depp. Hiragana, katakana and kanji are the names for writing systems used in which country? Japan. The island of Borneo is politically divided among which three countries? Indonesia, Malaysia and Brunei. Which team did the Chicago Cubs play in the 1945 World Series? Detroit Tigers. Who directed the movie Reservoir Dogs? Quentin Tarantino. Which is the closest galaxy to the Milky Way? Andromeda Galaxy, about 2.5 million light-years away. Which wedding anniversary is traditionally referred to as the Golden Wedding Anniversary? 50th. How many holes are there in a full round of golf? 18. What is the meaning of the French expression c'est la vie? That's life. In the U.S. military, what does the acronym NCO stand for? Non-commissioned officer. Who was the Spanish surrealist painter best known for his work The Persistence of Memory? Salvador Dali. Snoopy from the comic Peanuts is what breed of dog? Beagle. What are the first names of the lip-syncing musical duo known as Milli Vanilli that earned a Grammy Award in 1990? Rob and Fab. Which country has the longest land border? China with a land border of 13,743 miles. The southernmost part of the U.S. is located in which state? Hawaii. What murder mystery board game replaced the suspect Mrs. White with Dr. Orchid in 2016? Clue or Cluedo? In 1998, what Major League Baseball player broke the single-season home run record previously set by Roger Maris? Mark McGwire. What is the acronym for the Intergovernmental Military Alliance based on the North Atlantic Treaty signed in 1949? NATO. How many furlongs are in a mile? 8. What island does the Statue of Liberty stand on? Liberty Island. Thus Spoke Zarathustra, A Book for All and None is a philosophical novel written by which German philosopher? Friedrich Nietzsche. Which hockey player has won the most Stanley Cups with 11 wins? Henry Richard. In what year did India gain its independence from Britain? 1947. Which is the only Disney princess that has a child? Ariel. What is the official currency of the country Ecuador? United States dollar. The original Ghostbusters movie was released in June of what year? 1984. Which Spanish island is known as the Island of Eternal Spring? Tenerife. What is the largest internal organ of the human body? Liver. Tyler Durden is a fictional character appearing as the central protagonist and antagonist in what 1999 American film? Fight Club. Which planet is furthest from the Sun? Neptune. In what year was the movie Grace released? 1978. BB-8 is an astrometroid from what film franchise? Star Wars. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything, is a Nike advertisement associated with what former NFL player? Colin Kaepernick. What late American singer was the mayor of Palm Springs, California from 1988 to 1992? Sonny Bono. In what year did the Houston Texans become a team in the U.S. National Football League? 2002. Who was the mayor of New York City during the September 11th attacks in 2001? Rudy Giuliani. What is the capital city of Croatia? Zagreb. In 1893, which country became the first to give women the right to vote? New Zealand. Which country lies on the border between Spain and France? Andorra. What was the name of the Lone Ranger's horse that he saved from an enraged buffalo? Silver. What was the name of the first manned mission to land on the moon? Apollo 11. What are the names of the three fairies in the Disney classic Sleeping Beauty? Flora, Fauna and Merryweather. What is the name for a male bee that comes from an unfertilized egg? Drone. Rapper Vanilla Ice had a hit song titled Ice Ice Baby. From which other song did Ice Ice Baby sample from? Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie. The aardvark is native to which continent? Africa. Which two elements on the periodic table are liquids at room temperature? Mercury and bromine. Of the original 6 space shuttles, which one never flew a mission in space? Enterprise. Which NFL quarterback has been to the most Super Bowls? Tom Brady. In which national park would you find the geyser known as Old Faithful? Yellowstone National Park. A Grammy is an award to recognize outstanding achievement in what industry? Music. What was the full name of British novelist C.S. Lewis? Clive Staples Lewis. Who is the lead singer for the American rock band Pearl Jam? Eddie Vedder. General Motors was founded in which city? Flint, Michigan. What is the national sport of Japan? Sumo. The original Starbucks was established in 1971 in what U.S. city? Seattle, Washington. The United States state of Georgia is famous for what fruit? The peach.